All right, what's up, beautiful peeps of the Instagram? This is Jose Trujillo, once again coming to you here from the car studio. I want to talk to you about wins and losses. This has been the topic of the day, wins and losses. Look, guys, don't kid yourselves. Throughout life, we're measuring, whether we know it or not, we're measuring wins and losses, guys. That's really all we're doing. We're measuring how much we win, how much we're losing. I don't think we do this consciously. I think it's a subconscious mechanism. But we're measuring wins and losses, constantly measuring wins and losses, and this affects your psyche, right? It affects your whole mood. So if you feel like you're losing, you're going to step away from things that are good for you, and thus causing you to continue to lose. If you feel like you're winning, you're going to lean in to the things, to anything, to life. You're going to start leaning into life. You're going to start saying yes to things. All of a sudden, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, let's do that. Why? Because your optimism is high. You're going to feel like you start winning. So therefore, you want to feel more of that. You want to be able to feel more of that, and you're going to start saying yes to things. I don't know why it's so binary. It's not. I didn't make the rules. How's it going, Jose Luis? Good to see you. I didn't make the rules. It's just the way it is. I just play them. I'm just a player. Yeah. It's so binary. It's wins and losses. And I don't know why, guys. I mean, just fuck. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, I don't know why we're in a planet where there's gravity. It's just the way it is, right? The whole wins and losses, I believe that it's just the way it is. Throughout life, throughout your day, you're just measuring. You're measuring. Did you win or did you lose? Was it a good day or was it a bad day? Those are some of the things we say. Was this a good or a bad day? You're measuring. You're putting in a basket or on a scale how much you won and how much you lost. And based on the scale, you will behave. So my trick to getting out of a hole, if you feel like you're in a hole or whatever, look, nothing's going to get it out. Nothing's going to get you out of the hole. The only thing that's going to get you out is acceleration. It's activity. Okay? Activity will get you out. So, even if you feel like retracting, lean in. Even if you feel like you're not winning, lean in either way. And start getting some of those little wins. Start getting some of those. I don't know. What is a little win? Maybe a little win is that you clean your studio. Maybe you clean the brushes. Maybe you called someone. Maybe the more you do the things that fear you, right? That you fear, I mean. The more you do things that you fear, like oh man, I need to finish that commission. Oh man, I need to talk to that. The more you remove the things that you're afraid of, the bigger the win is going to be. Okay? So that's a little trick right there. So if you know that in order for you to sell artwork, you need to exhibit your work, and in order to exhibit your work in a gallery or a retail shop or whatever, you need to talk to people. Then go talk to people, because automatically that's going to be a win. Even if they say no, you're gonna feel like you won. Trust me. Even if they say no. Especially when you start getting a couple of no's, right? 2, 3, 4 no's a day. That no, thank you, no, thank you. You're gonna feel like, oh, okay. You're gonna start tweaking. And you're gonna start working on your pitch and working on. You're gonna amp up also how many people you're calling. Maybe you're only calling a couple of people, or maybe you're only visiting 2 galleries, and they both galleries say no. You're gonna be like, okay, well, I wonder if I could tweak a little bit and maybe call, instead of 2 galleries, call 4 galleries. You know, go knock on four doors instead of just knocking on 2 doors. And you can start tweaking this thing. Guys, the whole game is self-esteem. I did not understand this till later in my career. I had no idea how this worked. I used to think that I just had good days and bad days. The reality is that if you are losing somewhere, you're going to continue losing. That's the reality. This is why people, when oh, excuse me, that was a cough and a sneeze. The reality is that even if you feel like things aren't working for you, you want to be pushing forward, guys, until you start getting those little wins. If you feel like things aren't working for you artistically, maybe your thing is not selling artwork. Maybe your thing is, how can I get myself into the right mental space so that I can be productive, or so that I can, show up and create artwork, or find inspiration, or this or that or whatever. Nothing gets me more inspired than winning. This is what Picasso said. I believe in inspiration, but it has to find you working, because in the working you start winning, right? You start creating artwork, so that feels like a win. That's a win, right? Doing nothing or creating artwork. Well, creating artwork is a win. The more artwork you create, right, the more you start winning. The more inspiration, you're going to start feeling more inspired, and you're going to start feeling like, oh man, I can actually do this. This is something that I can actually do. This is something that feels right. I want to be able to repeat the thing that makes me feel right, that makes me feel good. This is why people that exercise, if they don't show up for a couple of days to the gym, they feel icky, they feel bad, they feel sluggish, they feel, because they're not winning. To them, that's winning. It's the same thing. I believe that it's the same reason why people have certain vices and certain things, that they do, like I don't know, smoking and drinking and shit like that, because it feels like a little win. It feels like a little win. It's not a win, but it feels like a little win, right? It feels like a little win in their mind. You get a little high, you get a little tipsy. It feels like a little, oh, okay, well, I forgot about my problems. I feel like a little win. I think that your whole day is measured on wins and losses. Your whole day, your whole life. This is why people, when they get promoted, many times when people get promoted, all of a sudden their activity level, skyrockets. Because they're winning. They want to prove more that they're winning. This is one of the reasons I see people that are selling artwork in galleries, or whatever, artists that are selling artwork. I see them all of a sudden they're doing that, and then next thing you know, they're selling prints. Next thing you know, they're getting signed to little clothing labels and things like that, right? Because they're winning. So they start spreading out, because win creates more win. Mexico 1, Germany 0. Congratulations. Thank you. Although I had nothing to do with that, but thank you. The whole game is winning, guys. If you are an artist and you feel like, shit, man, things aren't working for me, go get yourself some wins. I don't know what wins are for you, but go get them. It could mean go buy some canvases. It could mean go take an extra shift or whatever to buy some canvases. I don't know. I had no idea what this was. When I started my career, I had no idea what this was. I just knew that there was days that I had highs, and there was days that I had lows. And I was very confused about it. The days that I had lows, yeah, certainly they were linked to my emotional state, but why? Why did they occur? Why did I have lows? Yeah, no, there's situations, of course. Nothing is permanent. Winning, by the way, winning is not permanent. It's a state. It's a situation. It's a small state, right? It's not permanent. Like some people have told me, dude, you're winning at art. You're right. I feel like I'm winning, But the moment that I pull out, the moment that I don't show up to the studio for a couple of days or whatever, and it messes with my mind, that winning goes away. This is what happened to Lindsay Lohan. You know, there's an artist that is winning in their career and they're doing great. The moment that they pull out, they stop winning. They stop, because it's a state. It's not permanent. Just because you're winning right now doesn't mean you're going to win tomorrow. This is why it's so important to daily be looking at what a win is for you. Looking at different wins. This is why people that are so productive say yes to everything. I don't know if you guys have noticed this with some people. When they're very productive, they say yes to everything. They start saying yes to life. They start saying, oh, yeah. Can you do this? Of course. There's even a saying, if you want something done, give it to the busiest person. Why? Because the busiest person feels like they're winning. So they're anything you give them, any task, they'll consume it. They'll be like, yeah, give it to me. I'll take care of it. They start moving with speed because they love the acceleration. They love the feeling of winning. And when you're losing, right? If you feel like you're losing, meaning you're not doing the things that you should be doing, that you want to do, the things that make you feel that alive, right? If you're not doing those things, then all of a sudden you feel like, what's the point? Why even try? This is what a lot of people even say. Why even try? I from time to time, I get to that nasty mindset of, man, why even try, man? Because I feel like I'm losing. The reality is that if you win, you're going to win more. And if you lose, if you feel like you're losing, you're going to do the things that cost you to lose more. Because you're going to want to step back. This is why it's so important to put yourself in situations that make you win. A situation that make you win might be waking up at the time you want to wake up at. Maybe you're like, man, in order for me to really be productive, I need to wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, right? Maybe that's your thing. Or maybe that means that you go to sleep at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. or whatever, right? Maybe that's one of your things. Waking up at 5 in the morning is a win, right? You wake up at 5 in the morning, all of a sudden, automatic win. Getting started, maybe going jogging in the morning, right? That for me would be a win. Going jogging in the morning, going, 20 minutes, 30 minutes jogging, right? That would be an automatic win for me. By the time I get to the studio, I already woke up early in the morning, okay? I beat the sun up, and I got some exercise done. By the time I get to the studio, my certainty is so effing high that I pick up the brush with certainty because I already have accumulated, and important to accumulate wins throughout your day, guys. I know some people are like, oh, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. Just watch kids. Watch kids. When they're winning at something, they don't want to stop doing it. They're like, no. They're winning at it. They're winning at it, so they want more of it. When you feel like you're winning at something, you want more of it. And this is why people propel to different levels in their career, because they keep winning at it. If you're a runner and you're able to run a mile in so many minutes, you're going to try to run it in even less minutes. You want to win more. So either way, guys, I'll leave you with that. My name's Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist, and I'm just sharing my process here with you guys. When I learned this stuff, it really changed my attitude towards things. When I learned that throughout the day we're winning and losing in our mind, this is a mechanical thing that we do. It's a mechanical thing. If you're sitting there in your studio or you're creating some artwork, all of a sudden I call you and I'm like, hey, by the way, let's do this podcast. And you're like, yeah, awesome. And then someone else calls you and it's like, oh, I want to buy a commission from you. And then you go online and you see on Facebook or your website, someone just bought one of your $2,000 pieces. Dude, guys, don't tell me that's not going to lift you up to this level of, oh my God, Now I can hire the help that I want. Now I can go market. Now I can go pay for some advertisement. See, this is what winning is. Your certainty goes up. Your certainty starts going up. Now someone calls you and it's like, oh, by the way, I saw your work online. I saw one of your YouTube videos. I want to exhibit your work in my gallery. Or I want to carry your work. And on and on and on and on. And this is what the little wins create the big wins. But most of us are waiting to feel, to be in the right mood. This is one of the things that I've learned from Brendan Bouchard. Tony Robbins talks about it. Put yourself in a state that will bring that forward. Put yourself in a state where you feel like you're winning, as opposed to waiting to feel the part. Like play the role, play the part. Don't wait till, oh my God, I feel good now, so I'm going to go work. No, put yourself in a place where you're working and you feel like you're winning. Put yourself in a place where you feel like oh man, I'm winning at this. Look at every movie. When someone's sucking at something, they go and they put in the work, or they go and put in extra hours or whatever. And you see the montage, right? The famous 80s montage. The Karate Kid or whatever. You see the montage, right? That they put in the extra work so that they could put themselves in a situation where they start winning. Because winning creates more winning. And it's just an ongoing thing. And I'm talking about, of course, it's not the end all be all. It's not like the, it's not the truth of things in a spiritual sense. It's not. It's a game. We're playing a game here in life. We're playing a game, but we use this mechanically. We're looking to see, oh, I'm doing great with my parents, or my wife is happy with me. My son is like, he's cool with me. We're doing great. He's happy. He's accelerated. I feel like I'm winning as a father. I feel like I'm winning as a husband. I feel like I'm winning as a business owner. And these things prompt me to go do more. Now I'm like, oh my God, how can I double up on this? How can I make it better for them and for myself? How can I make the situation even better? Because I'm winning at it, so I want more of it. Naturally, I want more of it. I want more of this feeling. I don't want just this feeling today. I want the same feeling tomorrow and even more. This is, I believe, what a win to feel better. Absolutely. Get a win, whatever that win is. And then all of a sudden you feel better. And then you get another win. And you feel better. And then you get another little win. Maybe you get a couple little wins. And all of a sudden they start accumulating and turning into bigger wins. Before you know it, you're appearing on podcasts. You're appearing in your local, newspaper, and on and on and on. And they start accumulating. And now you feel like you're playing the game. Now you don't feel like a victim. You don't feel like the game is playing you. You feel like you're playing the game. You're actually participating in the game, right? Because now you practiced. You've been practicing. This is one of the things that when I was a kid, I used to play soccer. My coach told me, "You suck at it," right? He told me, but after telling me that, he's like, "Don't feel bad. You just need more practice than the other kids. You need to show up here 1 hour earlier and leave 1 hour later." And the moment that I started doing that, of course I was a kid, right? I didn't really care much. But the moment I started doing it, I got better right away. And then I started enjoying the game. I wasn't enjoying the game because I sucked at it. This is what all the great sages talk about. This is what the movie, Groundhog Day talks about, right? He's losing at it. And one day, he just realized that, shit, I'm not moving out of here. I better start winning at it. He started winning at it. And all of a sudden, his life changed. He got out of Groundhog Day. I'll leave you guys with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you later. I hate doing things I suck at. I know. I think we all do. I'll see you soon, Steven. Bye.